Good morning, everyone, and today we're checking out this nearly hour-long video from Dead Meat, VHS Beyond from 2024 Kill Count. Holy, when I clicked on this, I didn't see it was 54 minutes. I thought it was maybe 34 minutes, because the other choice for today was Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, which is only 30 minutes. I wasn't sure what to do, so I figured on the flip a coin, and the coin landed on VHS Beyond. So, now y'all got me for an hour, maybe a little more. Oh boy, this is gonna be long. We better get started. Already 40 seconds behind, jeez.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite
Nice
horror
voice,
movies
Zoran.
and show you how they were made. I'm James A. Janice.
I'm Chelsea Rebecca.
And I'm Zoran in space! Good voyage.
Thumbs off. And today
I like
we're looking at VHS Beyond, released on Shudder just a few weeks ago. Go watch it! VHS Beyond
that's
is the
cool.
latest entry in the VHS franchise, which you should be plenty familiar with by now. While the
Yeah,
previous three
thanks a
films
lot.
formed a sort of mini-trilogy, Beyond eschews the year theme and ties its segments together through science fiction. Sci-fi horror is a long-standing subgenre, with entries
good.
ranging from Alien to Leprechaun 4 in space. It's
Eh,
even
don't
been
count
explored
it.
in this franchise before. But VHS Beyond dives headfirst into the genre, featuring segments centered around aliens, robots, and mad scientists. Beyond
Ooh,
also ditches
okay.
the retro grunge of its predecessors, and instead borrows visuals from modern UFO sightings and online videos. But lest you worry about getting another viral, Beyond still has that classic VHS charm, and sticks to the rules of found footage. Yes,
That's
even when it
good.
veers into a Bollywood track, the rules are still being followed. If the year's trilogy was a return to form, VHS Beyond is more of an evolution for the series. You'll see a wide range of reactions to the movie, which is true of any film, but especially for anthologies. I think it
This
feels
is an hour
remarkably
long.
fresh for a 7th installment, which is thanks to another impressive crop of filmmakers. We've got franchise mainstays, cult classic creators, and talented actors taking a crack behind the camera. They explore different stories and
I
ways
don't
to
know all the
terrify us,
names.
and of
I'm
course,
sorry.
give us plenty of kills to count. Will a sci-fi horror theme take this movie's body count to the... Okay,
Ooh.
there we go. Hope I'm not recording over anything important. Hi, my name is James A. Janice, and I'm currently just outside of Mumbai hunting reports of mysterious projections in the sky. So
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna film them, and then I'm gonna see if I can kill count them.
Okay.
I've stocked up on all the essentials. I've got
Fine.
batteries, first aid, local currency. Oh, and I've made sure to set up my phone with an eSIM from today's sponsor, Saley, the new division of Nord Security. Hello. Will a sci-fi horror theme take this movie's body count to the stars? Let's find out
Let's
and
find
get to
out
the
and get-
kills.
Yeah, exactly, thank you. I was about to say it.
The movie begins with some Martian musings.
The person of hardened skepticism, just like the person of hardened credulity, cannot be reached.
Similar to VHS 85, Beyond's framing narrative takes the form
Okay.
of a documentary with the other segments taped over it. So, just like with 85's kill count, we'll cover this as its own segment at the end. For now, let's bring in your favorite fucking a flannel, Zoran Gavoyich, for the first segment, Stork.
Yeah, this one was made by my buddy Jordan Downey, who made Thanksgiving 3. Yeah, remember it, James.
Oh.
Stork begins in a cop car where rookie NYPD officer Segura meets with his new boss.
Hold on, correct me if I'm wrong, but did in a previous video where Zoran was the host actually call himself that fucking a flannel? Sorry, I shouldn't be pausing this. This is 54 minutes.
Sergeant Brew. But this ain't your everyday beat. He's been recruited as a camera guy for a secret unit. They're known as Warden, a Stars-like monster
Ba-bum.
hunting squad full of guys with cool voices.
You guys becoming a liability. And you fucking know it.
The team includes officers Bennett, Ivy, Aubert, and Alistair. Oh, sorry.
Oop, wrong one.
words. They're currently on the trail of an entity who's kidnapped 17 babies in 3 months.
Oh, good God.
Who would want 17 babies? Oh, they must hate sleep. Another officer, hot-headed Ellis Tate, thematically
Why?
nicknamed E.T., has a personal stake in the case, since his child is among the missing. Police Sergeant Dan Stevens from Abigail tells them that they've got a lead on the kidnapper's whereabouts, so they gear up to
Good.
terminate their target. Pasta la vista, baby.
You fucking kidding me?
Don't judge my puns! Stork was directed by my friend and James's nemesis, Jordan Downey, who not only created the Thanksgiving series, but also the excellent Critters fan film Bounty Hunter. He co-wrote
Ooh.
this segment with frequent frequent collaborator Kevin
That's
Stewart,
cool.
who also shot it, just like he'd previously
Stork, I just got the segment name.
shot the found footage film Unfriended Dark Web. Their anonymous tip leads them to an abandoned house on the outskirts of town, where it looks like the Sawyers have door-dashed a new chainsaw, and it's being delivered by a crossing guard?
Whatever it is, we kill it.
Good luck crossing the street now, kids. They suit up and prepare to breach the house with a hero shot. I'm so glad they took
Love
the
it.
time to pose for this, when 17 babies might be getting murdered inside.
Yeah,
E.T. predictably
don't love
loses
that.
his head and charges in, setting off a noise trap, which
No,
alerts
you
an
idiot!
aggressive creature that charges the team, but is quickly
Dude sees the most obvious noise trap in the world and decides he's gonna smack it. No, that's never what you do, you idiot! And you don't smack the sound trap!
gunned down. According to the end credits, these infectees are called brooders, and this house is chock full of them. Suddenly
Okay.
things become a Call of Duty Zombies match when they gun down 3 brooders in rapid succession, solidifying to Segura
Broodals.
that this ain't
Okay.
your mom's house. Sergeant Broom sweeps the next room
No,
by
no,
shooting
the
2 more
babies then.
brooders, but only one goes on the count, as we see this other guy moving around later. Yeah, don't help me up or anything. Officer Ivy then takes a bathroom break to deliver some bullets to this postman, while Broomstick boomsticks another. The on-rail shooter continues as they help
Boomstick.
E.T. fight off another attacker, finishing him off in a hail of gunfire. Again and again and again. You done?
So much
Oh,
bullets.
one more. Boy, this is excessively hard to count.
Yeah, I almost feel like this is Jordan getting back at us for all the Thanksgiving slander.
It is.
Hi, Jordan.
Oh!
The team proceeds to the
It
kitchen,
is.
casually popping one brooder on their way out before gunning down another who's Samara-looking and grudge-sounding.
Okay.
A sound that
That's
my
all.
child also creepily makes. The
Anyone can make
massacre
that
ends
sound.
when
I
Segura
can.
finds the fridge stuffed with
I'm not
meat
going to.
and checks out the Terror Tram
meat.
at Halloween Horror Nights. Oh yeah, okay, we're just in full Resident Evil 4 mercenary mode now. Segura then panic drops the camera and gives us a good look at these
Ooh.
pit-witchy, mentoside, evil Ernie-looking motherfuckers. Stork is an adaptation of a series of images by Oleg Devenko, a Russian artist who makes absolutely horrific 3D animations.
Oh,
like in a good
God.
way. Downey reached out and got permission from Devenko, who was already a fan of the VHS franchise. A lot of the creature designs and shots were taken wholesale from his original pieces. Devenko's currently working on a new survival horror game called Ill, and I have wish-listed the hell out of it on Steam. Just look
Oh,
at this.
yeah, look
It's
at
so
that.
gross. I love it. I love it. Speaking of games, cinematographer Stewart purposely emulated video game cameras, and also had characters talk to Segura like NPCs talk to the player.
Keep your eyes open, your mouth shut.
Specific inspirations included The Last of Us and Resident Evil, the latter of which I'll be kill counting in December. Plus, they even use
yeah,
video
okay.
game tech to expedite shooting by LiDAR scanning the entire house and rebuilding it in Unreal Engine.
So that we could actually not only light the environment, but then actually walk through each room.
I mean, that's pretty fucking cool, Jordan.
That
Segura
is
runs
awesome.
past a fun Easter egg for Return of the Living Dead and hides upstairs, where he outlasts the chainsaw-wielding scare actor's patience. He then finds a candlelit shrine to the titular stork with curiously strong eyes. Okay, Segura, just leave some Vlasic pickles as an offering and get the hell out of there, man! He returns to his squad in time to see them granting this Magini's wish to die. They then narrowly avoid a chainsaw attack and shoot the
Whoa.
homicidal handyman in the living room.
About time. Dude,
E.T., dude,
just a
he's
body.
dead, man. Kill graphic went up and everything.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Officer Oppert notices all the brooders have the same wound on their foreheads.
Some kind of ritual?
that was something upstairs.
They're interrupted by a noisy upstairs neighbor, so they go to check it out like a squad of Mr. Heckles. The sound of a baby crying sends E.T. Leroy Jenkinson
No,
ahead
E.T.,
of the
don't!
group. Sergeant, not Fred Armisen, holds the rest of the team back, and they eventually discover a room where something has crashed through the ceiling. Oh man, what is that? Looks like meteor shit!
It's cracked open.
Like something crawled out.
They're joined by a big bad
That's
barbecue-loving
not good.
brooder boy, but Oppert just kneecaps him so they can get a closer look. A peek behind his forehead bandage reveals these skulls are as empty as my pants drawer, and it seems his head's like a hole, black as your soul, maybe from bowing down before the one he serves. Segura takes a peek in the crawl space where he can hear E.T. screaming in the attic, but he can't make out what he's saying though. Something about, I don't know, Reese's Pieces and phoning home? I do, however, hear Twinkle Twinkle
I
Little
get it.
Star, but I have to wonder.
What you want?
Okay,
Whoa.
you should probably get the fuck out of there! Instead, they head for higher ground, only to be cut off by a makeshift blockade. Oh,
Damn
well,
it.
you tried. Beers and McGinty's? I'm buying.
What about the chainsaw?
God damn, I love that
There's not
synchronized
enough gas,
turn.
though.
They grab the Sawyer special only to discover its owner is entering his second form. Quick, hit B to cancel its evolution. It's too late, so Albert just goes ahead and rips right through that ineffective
Level 2,
safety
that's
vest.
clever.
But it looks like his friends are coming to join the party. The movie never really explains what the deal with the Brooders is. Are they dying and coming back to life? Are they dead the whole time? Should I even be counting them at all? I don't know. So I'm just...
Well, one thing we can figure out is that they are definitely dead when we first see them, considering the whole head empty.
gonna count him twice if they get killed again. Because it'd be a shame not to credit Alpert for these 5 doom-worthy kills he nabs during this brutal brooder butchering. And hey, my double counting makes about as much sense as there being a camera on this chainsaw. Who cares? It's fun! Bob Ivy Vila carves them a path forward where they find that onesie-wearing creep who was singing Twinkle Twinkle earlier. Is he from the 1800s? Why is he wearing those long-gone long johns?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter because he's just creepy. Especially since he's holding one of the kidnapped babies.
Yeah, that was
this
real-
baby stuff hits differently now that I'm an actual dad. They ignore Powder Crew.
Dude, you don't even have to be a dad to have it hit differently. I'm only an uncle, and I freaked the out.
And head into the overgrown attic where they discover a dilapidated nursery. Oh no. And we hear the 17 babies cooing and crying. No. Oh god. And then they reach down to one of them to reveal, oh thank god. Okay, they're just Muppet babies with little
Oh.
beakers. Could have been way worse. Not
Wait,
that half-breed
what?
hatchlings is anything to celebrate. Happy Born Day, you little fucking monster. Their attention shifts to a gross gulping sound in the dark. It's E.T. getting his brain sucked out by a giant fucking stork. Oh god, yeah, I better tell Elliot to start the bike ride without him. Hey, wait a minute, why is Jordan Downey doing another thing with a bird puppet?
Get stuffed, Soren.
Well, ask a turkey a stupid question. It's actually an awesome reveal, especially when it baby birds those brains to feed one of its captives. And I can only assume that this is what Nanny from the Muppet Babies look like above those green striped socks. The stork is played by Dane DeLegro, a man who goes above and beyond for his craft.
If something's bugging you, typically you make the proper adjustments to alleviate yourself of that discomfort. In this situation, you cannot. You have to keep going beyond that discomfort point.
Recently, he played the Chauncey Beast in Imaginary and the Proto-Predator in the Kick-Ass Prey. However, my
that's
favorite role of
actually
his is the
kinda cool.
unsavory octopus in Guardians 3. Or I guess his kill count cameo. The stork is another
Oh,
creature ripped
that was
straight
awesome.
from Devenko's art. It was built by VHS staple Patrick McGee, who had help on set from his sons. I mean, children are a great source of free labor. I'm a dad now. The absolutely massive 9-foot-tall suit was made of latex, fiberglass, and foam. Its head was attached to a rod that was puppeteered by an effects guy hiding in the rafters. I freaking love this thing, and the final effect is a worthy addition to
Alright.
the VHS pantheon of practical monsters. Hail Storkma! With no glowing weak points on this boss monster, the squad starts emptying all the bullets ever into it. Cameraman Segura
Okay, I think I got it figured out. The stork was having these babies be kidnapped, and then anyone that would accidentally find out about it would have the brain removed to then be fed to the babies to mutate them into beings like him? That's only a complete guess, and I should not be positive.
gets accosted by a brutified E.T., causing him to drop his camera. And E.T. is eventually sent home to hell by his squad mates off screen. He's joined on the floor by the stork, and whew, talk about a
Thank
bird's eye
God.
view. But the big bad Big Bird's not quite ready to die yet, with his still twitching TMNT comic accurate eyes. Huh, wonder if this is setting up a spin-off or... Oh, never mind. It is definitely fucking dead
Damn.
now. Bye-bye,
No
birdie.
head.
Segment then ends as the team takes a group photo showing off their hunting trophy.
Welcome to Warden.
Coming this fall, only on Fox.
That was
Chelsea,
kind of
Do
cool.
babies really come from an outer space stork who feeds them the brains of its victims?
I don't think so. Is that what you've been telling your kid?
No, of course not. I have to go.
I mean, I don't know why you would tell a 6-month-old anything. They're not gonna remember it. The film's
Yeah.
second segment is Dream Girl, which takes us to India and joins a long line of foreign language VHS segments.
Oh,
it
here
was
we go.
directed by Virat Paul, who co-wrote it with Evan Dixon, who also penned Total Copy for VHS
Oh,
85.
yes, I
A pair of
remember that.
paparazzi discuss plans to track down real-life Indian actor Shah Rukh Khan. Yeah, I'd think twice before harassing King Khan.
Damn! That was
Armed with a
epic!
button cam and a bad attitude, Arnab is the more experienced Nightcrawler of the two. He reviews his assistant Sonu's footage like James reviewing footage I shoot for sponsored segments.
Blurred,
Blurred.
The kid also doesn't know anything about movies.
Sir, ये बहुत खून बह रहा है.
अरे यार, I ain't got time to bleed.
I ain't got time to bleed. That's funny.
कौन सी फिल्म का है?
ये Singham.
No, but now that you mention it, Singham has the same director as that Shah Rukh Khan clip
Ooh.
from earlier. Okay, what else is this dude cooking?
I have no idea, but I'm liking it. Damn.
Yes. They get a call from their boss, played by director Paul in a voice cameo. He wants them to visit the set of a movie starring a hot new rising actress named Tara. It's shooting at Film City, a real-life studio complex in Mumbai. I love this montage
nice.
of them mopeding through the city. It's like Monkey Man with fewer gamer lights on the rickshaws. Making the first Indian VHS segment, Paul felt it was important to convey the country's vibrant culture and the energy of Bollywood film sets. Sonu
Not
is
bad.
starstruck by Tara. Her rapid success has people calling her an industry plant like they did with Sabrina and Chapel. Haters. There are even rumors that she's into black magic and witchcraft. In any case, Arnab isn't impressed. As a struggling actor, he resents her success.
किसी का कर्ज है क्या उसके ऊपर? प्रेशर पे ना हम जैसे लोग होते हैं सोनू हम
People
जैसे
like
लोग.
us.
This is the story of any
Okay,
creative
that's what you
industry. We've all felt it. The green-eyed monster speaks all languages. They meet their contact,
Hey, enough with the Shakespearean.
crew member named Gippy. He's going to let them into Tara's trailer to film, but fanboy Sonu wants to see the set first. Their cameras join a security cam's footage right as the director is about to call action. A metronome kicks off something I never thought I'd see in a VHS movie, a full-on Bollywood dance number. It's exciting and sleek and technically still found footage. It was just found on a professional film set. I'll allow it. They're filming a movie called Dawn of the Dayan with Tara as our titular Dayan. A Dayan is a mythical figure from Indian folklore that has a lot of interesting variations. She's typically a wronged woman who comes back from the dead to exact vengeance on the people who've wronged her, usually men, and she often reincarnates as a sorceress or a practitioner of black magic. Sound familiar?
That's why they was saying she like. Okay, I don't need to explain it.
More recent Indian films have used the Dayan as an empowering figure, kind of like how we in the West have embraced witches as a symbol of female empowerment. Tara dances around, showing off abs that I'm not jealous of, looking like an Indian Salma Hayek. Her dancing is great, and her words are a little threatening. Threatening or not, this chorus is catchy as all hell. Paul wrote the lyrics in the script, then worked with the composer in Mumbai to turn them into a full song. He was inspired by item numbers, a segment in many Bollywood films where a female performer does a provocative song and dance. It's typically unconnected from the plot and mainly serves to market the movie and appeal to male audience members. Tara seems tired and gets stuck in a choreography loop. They pause production, and as Sonu keeps watch outside, Arnab breaks into Tara's trailer to grab some exclusive footage. Not sure if he's going for creep shots to harken back to ye olden days of VHS, but instead he just catches her creepy manager, Indian Matt Berry.
तुम्हें पता भी है तुम्हारी value क्यों है? Because you do more for less. वरना stars तो रातों रात replace हो जाते हैं.
The manager leaves and Tara breaks down in front of her mirror. Must be awkward for Arnab, especially after he accidentally gets a goop hand. No! You never want a surprise goop hand. The slime source is a copy of Tara's face being kept in a bowl. The discovery scares Arnab out into the open where Tara is unexpectedly calm to see him.
Do you want a selfie?
He makes an excuse and tries to leave,
I need to
but suddenly has a change of heart. Though dismissive earlier, Arnab sees Tara more like an actual person now and tries to help her with words of encouragement.
आप गॉडेस हो मैम, सब आपको पूछते हैं, सबको आपकी तरह बनना और आप छोटा वो कर सकते हो.
दोबारा कहोगे?
His inspirational speech sparks something in Tara, but not what he was expecting.
I like your face.
Wait a minute, I've heard something like this before. I like you. Oh no. Arnab watches and holds.
No, she said, I like your face.
Or as Tara starts ripping off her own face flesh.
अब मैं एक गुलामी का नकाब नहीं पहनूंगी.
Oh.
अब मैं तुम्हारा नकाब पहनूंगी. और आम इंसान की तरह राज
It's revealed that Tara's some sort of entertainment android, and Arnob just set off her singularity.
That explains the adult face in a bowl.
She's one nudge away from waking up.
Turns out Tara was more right about her manager than she realized.
But he made me.
She comes outside where he tries to reason with her, but she becomes Robo-Retma and melts Mr. Manager's face with limited edition Mountain Dew Whiteout. The cast and crew flee back to set alongside Arnob and Sonu. Bad move, since Tara 2000 apparently has the Carrie-esque ability to seal all the exits. A cinematic camera captures Tara juicing herself up and putting her backing track on to score the impending massacre. She starts with Dawn of the Diane's director, whom she tackles and disembowels, just really gets in there and tears out all his guts. She will not be tamed. The techno goddess proceeds to smite down the fleeing crowd with holy red force lightning. The flashing makes this real difficult to count, and even when we freeze frame it, I can't tell what the hell is going on. It honestly becomes a slideshow at this point. Still, writer Tim said he counted 29 casualties here, and I'm inclined to believe him. He's a good guy. That Tim always on point. Tim, you can't just put stuff like that in the script. Arnob and Sonu emerge as the only two survivors. Gippy's around for a minute too, but he gets his insides scraped out by a Terminator-looking Tara. The pair shut off their lights, but to no avail. Sonu switches on his night vision, but only manages to capture the moment Tara tackles him and thumbs out his paparazzi papers. Arnob tries to escape, but winds up cornered on set by Tara. She proceeds to jax both his arms right off his body. Then, true to her words from earlier, she slices off his face and wears it. Oh my god.
Do you want a selfie?
No, I do not. If you take a picture of someone wearing your face, does that count as a selfie? News at 11. Tara emerges from the studio for the most stunning pap walk you've ever seen. Oh, I'm sorry, your dream girl doesn't have a face that looks like lunch meat. She poses for her fans, and the segment ends as she runs up and attacks one of the cameramen. Good for her.
All right, great job with that segment, hon.
Oh no,
What was that? What was that? About 32, 33 people killed?
I'm doing the next one too.
Oh, what? Back to back? Wow, 7 movies in and we haven't done that before, huh?
Yep. Zoran, get the king.
Ah!
The movie's third segment begins with a sky-high happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Zach. Happy birthday to you.
If you are scared of heights, I would maybe skip this segment. Birthday boy Zach is celebrating his 30th with a skydiving excursion run by the titular Live and Let Dive.
I wanted to go bowling.
Wait, they get to go in the Red Bull plane? Dude, aliens, if you just showed up on like another day, the Red Bull guys would have literally been in space already. It's like leave a penny, take a penny for alien abductions out there. Zach's party posse includes his friends Noah and Brittany and his wife Jess. This is the general mood of friend group skydiving ventures. Overeager laughter because everyone's not totally terrified. I know this because we've done this before. It's great. Even though I almost start crying if my Uber driver goes too fast, for some reason my fear center regarding heights and falling is absolutely broken. Throw me out of a plane, let's fucking go. These novice divers are strapped to tandem instructors. Zach's is his best friend Logan, which has certain perks, namely getting to wear a GoPro to document his experience.
I could get into some serious shit for letting you wear this, alright? So don't go posting this footage anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. We had GoPros when we went skydiving and nobody got in trouble. Hell, we got upcharged for it. As they approach the jump zone, they're delayed when another flying vessel saddles up next to them.
That was a fucking UFO!
Seeing aliens is actually something Bill Booth warns you about in the training video. Didn't you read the waiver? The UFO attracts the attention of fighter jets, and the subsequent dogfight gives them wicked turbulence. They try to turn around, but something big lands on the roof of the plane. God, it is genuinely so scary watching these guys get thrown around. It almost feels like cheating to use a tiny plane like this as a horror movie setting. They filmed inside an actual airplane hull they found in a so-called aircraft boneyard in the Mojave Desert. They refurbished it and chopped it up so it could fit inside a soundstage. All the interior shots were filmed safely on the ground. Panic ensues as the plane is pulled towards the UFO. They ram right into it, causing a big explosion explosion that dumps all the passengers into the open sky.
Oh, here we go.
This terrifying footage was captured by a professional skydiving team, which included a friend of producer Josh Goldblum. It's probably
that's
why
good.
it looks fucking
Safe, I
incredible.
believe.
Zach spots Jess as she parachutes up, and away. The same can't be said for the co-pilot, whose severed leg is leaving cardiovascular chemtrails. As Zach whips around in the
he's
air, he
missing a
catches a
leg.
glimpse of that alien hitching a ride down on someone who may be the plane's pilot. Logan finally manages to pull their parachute open, which softens the blow as they violently crash into the
it's
middle
got a
of an orange grove. By the way, in cinema, if you see oranges, that's foreshadowing that someone's going to get their head ripped off by parachute cords. We'll see. Zach looks
Wait,
up in time
how?
to see one of his friends plummet to the ground, followed
Oh,
shortly
God.
by a shower of Cessna 182 pieces. VHS veteran Justin Martinez had the idea for a skydiving found footage movie more than a decade ago. He jumped at the chance to direct it for Beyond, co-writing Live and Let Dive with Ben Turner. Martinez, a co-founder of Radio Silence, has been with the franchise since the beginning with 103198. While
That
he
is kinda
eventually
cool.
left the filmmaking collective, he stuck with VHS, doing visual effects for 94, 99, and 85. He brought
Hey,
that
nice.
expertise to his segment, doing a lot of the VFX himself in order to save money. For the plane crash, Martinez used Houdini, a program known for its accurate physics simulations. He spent about 4 weeks destroying his 3D plane model until he finally got a crash that looked right. He was inspired by a real-life video he saw of two skydiving planes colliding. Astoundingly, everyone survived, but
That's
it's
good.
still terrifying to watch. Zach tries talking to Logan, but his buddy doesn't respond since his head didn't quite make it down with the rest of his body.
That's what you were talking
Those
about.
damn oranges. Big props to the second setting here, by the way. I love the endless
damn.
fruit grove. It's like nature's back rooms. Zach follows some screaming to a bloodied Brittany. The two regroup with Noah and their instructors, one of whom became a landing pad for a piece of metal.
Oh,
He's
that's kinda
spurting,
hot.
spurting all over the place. Zach hears Jess calling for help somewhere, but before he can find her, he spots a prowler amongst the orange
crap,
trees.
it's
When he gets
alive.
back to his friends, the alien is dragging the injured instructor away for a midday snack. As they run away, an alien tackles the other nameless
Damn.
instructor. Should have had a name, dude. Not that that helps Brittany or Noah. When they stop to look for Jess, they're surprise attacked by an alien. By the time the boys circle back around, Brittany's been turned into a smoking hot mess.
What the fuck? Oh, that's
The
what it
alien
looks like?
catches up to them and opens a third eye, then blasts Noah with a Care Bear stare. According to Martinez, this isn't a weapon, but rather some sort of brain scanner. Zach tries to save Noah by
Interesting.
throwing an orange, one of the squishiest fruits. The alien responds by killing Noah with
Oh,
a lightning
jeez.
rod defibrillation. It's an excellent kill with excellent aftermath.
Damn,
Noah
is that
doesn't
crazy.
have a face anymore. Creating the alien was a challenge since the segment takes place in daylight, meaning they couldn't hide its features in the dark. Martinez spent 2 months designing the CG model all the way down to its skin pores. Do they sometimes look like 90s Super
those
Bowl
legs.
commercial CGI? Kind of. Do I care? Not really. The short is so well done that I'm willing to forgive a lot in this department. Zach flees and somehow manages to lose his alien attackers. He stops for a break and a well-earned puke session.
Oh,
Sorry
gross.
if this entire segment makes you want to barf. I felt fine the first time I watched it, but after a second time through, I had a terrible headache and man, it made me want to spew. A familiar looking
no
bandana
doubt.
finally leads Zach to Jess, who's taking a break to rest her legs. Ah, shit,
Oh.
make that rest in peace, since she's already suffered an alien face peel. Do you want a selfie? Props to actor
No,
Bobby
God,
Slawski
no.
for his intense reaction here.
Fuck you!
Really
All of
makes
his
you feel his
friends.
loss. The segment's intensity is
Jeez.
amplified by the fact that it's shot to look like one continuous take. Martinez wanted his found footage to look like actual found footage. That meant no other cameras, no other angles, and no obvious cuts. The entire journey from the plane to the ground is shown from the GoPro, and it's awesome stuff. The noise of a nearby truck gets Zach on his feet again. It belongs to the farmer who owns the orange grove. Great. The guy in a pickup is usually a reliable horror movie savior. Unfortunately, this guy thinks Zach is a trespasser and decides to stand his ground. Standoff ends when the farmer is dispatched by one of the aliens, but not before he blasts off one of Zach's fingers.
Jeez.
I guess your body really does start falling apart when you hit 30. He's jump scared by another alien who split screens him open to treat him to a 2001 style light show. However, it leaves him uncooked and the alien disappears. Apparently, that brain scan revealed something interesting. Zach starts the engine, good thing
what did it reveal?
Push start, before realizing those empty cans must be full of some very light beer. The truck's actually caught in a tractor beam.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding.
Zach is spun around as he does a reverse dive back
Why couldn't they have just gone bowling?
Into the sky. This segment's truly gone full circle. He nearly falls out the back window before he's transported inside the UFO. He's surrounded by otherworldly flashlights, and the segment ends as the aliens blast him into oblivion. It's all really cool, and I love all the alien stuff in this movie, but like, how does anyone find this footage? And with that, I only have one more thing to say.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
The movie's fourth segment, Fur Babies,
oh no, so you got Poochie. There you
opens
go.
with an animal advertisement.
Welcome to Doggy Dream House, the happiest place in all the land, if you're a dog.
Right off the bat, I'm into this. Probably because I'm a weirdo dog parent myself.
Has naughty behavior become an issue?
I don't know, Molly. Has it? Should we ask your sister? Becky Baxter seems like man's best friend's best friend, but her taxidermy has caught the ire of some animal rights activists.
What are those?
God.
Those are fucking mutilated dog corpses.
These self-righteous
Taxidermy,
morons are
but
led
yes.
by the Kyle Mooney-looking Miles and style themselves as freedom fighters like Che Guevara, whom they have plastered on the wall.
How are we gonna take this old lady down?
Whoa.
Ageism.
Come on, ageism. Group members Stuart and Angela are sent undercover as a pair of potential clients. Miles' dog Pickles will help with the ruse, and his carrier is outfitted with a hidden camera. They show up as married couple Tom and Sarah and are introduced to Becky's dog, played by actress Libby Letlow's real-life dog Bruce.
We asked if Bruce was available to be her to be in the movie, and Bruce, through a lot of negotiation, and his agent was being a pain in the ass. He agreed to be in the movie.
They're given the grand tour as they look for evidence of animal cruelty. The place looks like it does in the video, except one of the mantle mutts is missing. Becky says she's doing something special with Gary, since he died protecting her from a home intruder. I didn't know people got offended by taxidermy, but Stuart sure as hell is.
By mutilating their bodies?
Stop.
No, I'm sorry, this is barbaric.
Stop it.
His outburst exposes the cracks in their cover.
I thought you said your name was Tom.
By time Becky's mugging the carrier cam, I'm assuming it's completely blown. Unbeknownst to Stuart and Angela, someone else is secretly recording them secretly.
That's when, and you're like, no, I can see what you people are trying to do. Get out of my house.
Recording Becky. It's Bo, Becky's brother, who was rendered mute after an unspecified accident. She sweeps that aside and continues the tour into the basement. While upstairs is neat and tidy, this sub-layer is more of what these guys are looking for. She's got dogs locked behind cages and a taxidermy station that looks like it belongs to Buffalo Bill.
Oh
I'm
God,
sure
not
knows
at
the
home
details
tax
here.
dummy.
The grand finale of the tour is the timeout corner.
It's where we keep the naughty boys and girls. Like the ones who sneak into people's personal spaces and ask rude questions?
She's got a full-ass human man back there, possibly the home invader who killed Gary. The activists freak out as Bo runs in to ask them if this rag smells like chloroform. He packs up their unconscious bodies as Becky busies herself picking up a pickle. Sometime later, Becky vlogs about the progress of her two new pets. She's been keeping Stuart and Angela drugged and locked in cages as a means of training them. Stuart's an ornery one. Angela's better behaved.
Cynthia, what do you say?
Oh God, I see what he's doing.
No, more. Speak. Good.
Okay, so most of y'all probably out there have never heard, but there's a movie called Tusk, to where a man is turned into a walrus. That's essentially what this is.
Girl,
over dogs.
good girl.
But Becky's pet project is more involved than just training. Using her taxidermy skills, she's been grafting dead dog parts onto her human captives. It's all in an effort to rebirth her prized pooches into animals that can live a little longer. It's a concept reminiscent of Tusk, which makes sense. That movie star Justin Long co-wrote and co-directed this segment with his brother Christian. Justin was recently on the kill count as the slimy AJ in Barbarian. I actually kind of love how weird and and wacky this segment is, but I agree that it feels a little out of place in Beyond. Becky does have a kind of Dr. Frankenstein thing going on, with Bo as her eager Igor, but it still doesn't feel sci-fi enough to jive with the other segments. Still, it works for me just because of Letlo's fantastic performance.
There was a lady, had some dogs, and Becky was her name. Oh.
She brings the same kind of energy Gracie Gillum did in Superhost. Christian Long pointed to Kathy Bates in Misery as inspiration for the character, a cheerful, positive person hiding a dark underbelly. Becky's work is interrupted when the rest of the activists gather outside her home. They're here to investigate their friend's disappearance.
We're gonna call the cops, but the cops are just a bunch of corrupt fascists. Hat, dude. I got this.
Not wanting to contradict their ACAB tattoos, they decide to handle things themselves.
That's fucking epic. Did you get that?
The home invasion is caught on Becky's Ring camera, so she's ready for the group when they make their way downstairs. She don't take kindly to intruders, so she brings out 2 captives who have made the full transition into human centipups. These human hounds from hell were more creations from Patrick McGee, who is pretty much the official VHS effects artist at this point. They make short work of the group, clawing and gnawing them into puppy chow. The whole thing is captured from various angles. Bo using a camcorder to make a hound dog home video, and point of view collar cams that Becky had shown off earlier.
Mama loves you.
And at the log sees new Gary enjoying the doggy dream house's amenities. Outside, a thief played by Christian Long nabs some packages from the porch. It earns him a doggy-door death scene, and the segment ends as Gary takes a chunk out of his groin. Ouch. The last segment is the one written by Mike Flanagan and directed by Kate Siegel, and I'm covering it. Sometimes being the boss has its perks. It's called Stowaway, and it was filmed in a retro 4:3 aspect ratio. It still takes place in the modern day, it's just filmed on a camcorder, as evidenced by this birthday home video. Scientific researcher Haley is shooting a documentary in the Mojave Desert about its recent rash of UFO sightings. She starts by detailing historical sightings, like the Mojave incident of 1989, only she's talking faster than me in 2017.
The Mojave Desert has long been a known UFO hotspot since long before the famed Mojave incident of October 21st, 1989.
Take it from me, lady. Slow down. Just don't slip into the annoyingly slow and over-delivered vocals of kill counts from around 2020. She interviews colorful locals with colorful pants. Damn, dude, maybe wash those pants. They all claim to have witnessed strange lights in the sky, including one guy played by producer Josh Goldblum. He also produced the VHS Years trilogy and Kids vs. Aliens, the feature-length adaptation of Slumber Party Alien Abduction. Haley camps out and films herself explaining the movie Interstellar.
Let's say that you can instantly accelerate to 99.9% the speed of light and instantly decelerate without destroying your ship or dying in the process.
Yes, go on.
Everyone on Earth will have experienced about 4 years, but for you, that trip is only 2 weeks.
She sees one of the lights appear in the sky, but after checking the tape, realizes she didn't get it on camera. Even worse is the revelation that she's accidentally taped over footage from her daughter's birthday.
Go ahead, Steven. Reason fucking 85 and why Haley's a shitty mother.
Sounds like it's a long-standing issue. But hey, at least she brought her daughter's toy dinosaur along with her as a co-host.
I also saw the lights. That way!
Oh, that's nice. Stowaway is the directorial debut of Kate Siegel, who's more commonly seen in front of the camera. We've seen her on the kill count as Maddie in Hush, which she co-wrote with her husband and frequent collaborator Mike Flanagan. It was his encouragement that led her to accept the gig in the first place.
And then they called back about a week later and they said they're still really interested in meeting. Would you want to do this? And I was going to say no again, and my husband, who wrote the short I directed, ran into the room and he was like, "You're doing this. Yes, you should say yes, do it." And so I said, "All right, I'll take a meeting."
She pitched a few ideas, including a musical.
My first pitch was a Muppet segment. They said no.
Eventually, she settled on Stowaway, which Flanagan wrote, in between the billion other projects he's always working on. He reportedly completed the story.
The Room returns. I can't believe I just saw that.
In just about 20 minutes, and went for body horror by way of Terrence Malick. Mike and Kate are friends of ours, and we're big fans of their work. Stowaway is no different. It feels like a throwback to the first VHS, not just in terms of camera quality, but also how it's a slow burn that relies heavily on the acting. Haley eventually tracks down the floating lights, and an infrared sensor reveals the true scale of this fleet.
Whoa.
Damn, looking like a water light show at Disney.
That is cool looking.
One of the lights breaks off and lands in the distance, so Haley excitedly runs off to find it. It's a big moment for her. The car ride over is full of fuck yous to her haters and doubters.
Suck it, Steve! suck it, Stanford.
I know Mike wrote this segment, but that line feels very Kate-coded. Haley follows the light to a field where it's revealed to be a big black alien sphere, complete with alien footprints leading out of it, which were mentioned earlier by one of her interviewees. The ship opens for her, so she takes a peek inside. Her scientific
and thus begins the actual stowing away.
Curiosity gets her touching everything, Prometheus style. Damn it, Haley, that's a good way to get space cancer. She finds a string and plucks it. It makes a noise and cuts her finger open. Must have been a sharp note. Her injury activates some luminescent shower heads, and a bunch of glittery space dust twinkles down towards her in her hand. It's freaky at first, but ends up being helpful, since they're nanobots of some kind that heal her wound.
I'm guessing we just saw the future first aid. I mean, they just saw the injury and responded to it.
I love watching Haley analyze her alien surroundings. We've seen plenty of characters freak out in the face of their close encounters, but Haley's primary concern is documenting as much as she can.
Those filaments are a remarkable material. I mean, it cuts through me like butter, but I guess if you had skin that was more, say, dense, for example.
These new discoveries are just as exciting to her as they are frightening. She's played by Australian game journalist and actress Alana Pierce, formerly of IGN and Rooster Teeth. She's since gone on to appear in games like Cyberpunk 2077 and was on the development team for God of War Ragnarok. Pierce shot all her scenes separately and never actually interacted with another actor. She had to play down how comfortable she was in front of the camera, relying on Siegel's direction to keep her hosting realistically amateur. Haley's field trip is interrupted by the arrival of the ship's pilot. She hides away and watches as it runs its limb along those filaments, which opens up cubby holes along the walls. Later, after the alien enters its stasis pod, Haley emerges and pricks her finger again so she can see what's in the cubbies. As the nanobots get to work, she sees that these aliens are collecting animal specimens. It was foreshadowed earlier during her interviews.
Wait, who came into your room? The shadow people. They tried to take buttons.
What's buttons?
My hamster.
She theorizes they haven't collected a human sample yet, since the ship has repaired her finger with lizard DNA.
They don't have a formula for humans.
Damn, gave her a chameleon coat now. The ship starts pulsating, so Haley decides it's time to leave. Unfortunately for her, the exit has disappeared. She's unable to escape before the ship takes off, which turns her into an Animorphs book cover. Only she's not like a sweet panther at the end. Instead, it just leaves her body broken, so the twinkly medic particles get to work fixing her again. When she comes to, she discovers she's high above the planet's surface. That still can't stop her hypothesizing about her situation.
The force was incredible. That's...
One thing that should definitely be surprising is the fact that she's able to breathe within inside this alien ship. Which would have to mean that these aliens would have to have some kind of, well, oxygen system. Meaning they breathe the oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. Sorry, my brain's getting a little too excited.
Probably why the animals and the pilots, they need constant stasis.
Haley's not in stasis though, which is gonna be a problem soon. She watches the other ships become shooting stars as they blast off into hyperspace, and her ship shortly joins them at warp speed. Great sound design on those razor wire filaments, cause when you hear this, you know that shit hurt. Sure enough, when the ship slows down, Haley's blood is floating all over the place. Luckily for Humpty Haley, the ship's nanobots get to work putting her back together again. Unluckily for her, they don't know what a human looks like. Maybe that Animorph comparison wasn't too far off. She ends up being built back batter into a Cronenbergian creature cocktail. Another jump sends Haley flying, all the while intercut with more footage of her daughter. It's a stark reminder of the family life she sacrificed in pursuit of scientific discovery. I mean, this documentary is literally erasing the memories of her daughter. When we catch back up with Haley, she is looking pretty rough. She begs to be put out of her misery, but the ship won't let her die, instead bringing her back over and over again. It's an existential nightmare, compounded by that earlier info about time dilation during space travel.
So you will experience a trip of about 28 years, but everyone on Earth will have aged 2.5 million years.
This depiction of the horrors of space travel was inspired by Stephen King's short story The Jaunt, which also heavily influenced current kill count record holder Emesis Blue. The segment ends as the barely human Haley reaches out for her daughter's favorite toy.
All right, I've waited long enough for another segment. You're done. Now it's my turn to... What?
Hey, Nana.
Damn it.
I'm healed.
Yeah, this is really annoying. Do you want to just leave so I can do the wraparound?
Sure. Yeah, fine.
Oh wait, I don't want to do the wraparound. This time a wraparound, we get a straight-up documentary, and it still makes more sense than Dante the Great. Stop saying ta-da! While its overall storyline is fictional, documentary filmmaker Jay Cheel blurs the lines of reality. He includes real archive footage and interviews with public figures using their real names. His subjects include believers in the paranormal, like author Brian Baker and TV host Mitch Horowitz, who also appeared in Cheel's Cursed Film series on Shudder. They're contrasted by skeptics like VFX artists Sam and Nico from the YouTube channel Corridor Digital, and this other dude of their crew who doesn't get to introduce himself. Oh, sorry, buddy. The Corridor crew has debunked many an online UFO sighting. They've also accidentally tricked the public with a viral Boston Dynamics parody that gave cyberbullying a new meaning. The FX work was so convincing it led to real-life backlash against the company.
Boston Dynamics got death threats because of us.
Hey, I got one of those for taking over the kill count from James. I'm fucking serious. It all works as a commentary on the hoax-like nature of found footage as a genre, although sometimes it's a little too meta.
There is an aesthetic to the nicely compressed, hard to see video.
That's why everyone likes filming spooky things with VHS cameras.
And since this is a VHS movie, we still need some scary tapes.
And so for your pleasure, without further ado, I give you tapes labeled Proof 1 and Proof 2.
Which supposedly contain evidence of an alien abduction. They were recorded inside the fictional Farrington House, a large estate in Toronto that attracts all sorts of people nowadays.
Doing my thing, just out poking around. Getting some sun.
Who's this guy? You could have at least gotten the Grim Life Collective or someone. The Farrington House was owned by this collection of Photoshop people before a wealthy Chinese family bought it in the 1950s. When the parents passed away, their eldest son began preparing it for sale, and while staying there, he started experiencing strange phenomena. He gradually became convinced that he was being visited by aliens.
When people speak of anal probes or dissections, those accounts began with communion.
Ooh, boy. Glad I wasn't Catholic. Oh, wait, it's a book about aliens. That makes more sense and is less
what's in the background.
Offensive. Eventually, the son disappeared without a trace. Oh, not before a nice fishing trip. Ooh, good catch. The Farrington House was seized by the city and eventually turned into a museum, kind of like Casa Loma, also in Toronto. The son's belongings were sold at an auction, among them the 2 tapes, which Cheel has combined into a single video. He presents the footage to his guests, garnering reactions that range from outright disgust
that is really gross
to cautious excitement.
This has to be analyzed, verified. Now the real work has to begin.
The documentary then treats us to the footage itself, without comment. But I didn't agree to that. It depicts the eldest son during his last night on Earth. As he sleeps in his bed, an orange-lit figure appears and smears itself across the frame, kinda looking like a geriatric Barbie, until a helmet cam captures the four-eyed fiend in surprisingly good detail. This gray man was originally hanging full dong, but Shudder said, no frontal nudity, this isn't Watchmen for crying out loud. So fellow director Justin Martinez had to digitally erase the third cock from the sun.
Justin had to remove the genitals for Shudder, so there's now like just a eunuch kind of look.
The spidery pumpkin head produces a string of, what are those, anal beads? Whoa, okay, slow. Yeah, go at a pace that you're comfortable with.
I don't know.
Actually, I think those are eggs or something. The Rachnosian rascal then converts the head cam into a mouth cam, shoving it down the throat of the inexplicably paralyzed son. It gives us an uncomfortable close-up of his vocal cords, and the movie ends by proving that in inner space, everyone can hear you scream.
How many people scored a discount demise at this Dead Bath and Beyond? Let's find out and get to the numbers.
Where'd they go?
Hey, no take this time. Nope, there it is. James.
It's time.
Alright, hold on. Here we go. Please, let this be the end of it.
Hey, thanks for coming out, James A. Janice. You know, I've been a fan since your original Jason Kill Counts.
Oh, an OG. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thankfully, the videos have gotten a lot more in-depth and informative now.
Right. Yeah. For better or worse. So let's begin. You started Dead Meat back in 2017 with the Friday the 13th series that has since amassed a whopping 90 million views.
Wow. Has it been that many already?
Yes, and over the past 7 years, you've managed to gather over 6.5 million subscribers. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate to be able to do what we do. Really, we owe it all to the fans and, of course, everyone here on the team at Dead Meat.
That's right. You started out with just yourself, and now you have multiple writers, editors, and Whatever Zorin is.
Yeah.
Co-host?
Yeah, it's kind of his own thing. But really, seriously, they're the reason we're able to make these more in-depth episodes. I mean, they're the reason the show is the best it's ever been.
From what I see here, the views on your recent kill counts aren't as high as those original ones. Oh god, especially this Wonka one? Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, listen, every channel has its own life cycle, and viewer habits change. There's the rise of TikTok, and of course, the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, the mysterious algorithm. Tell me, James, what exactly is an algorithm?
It's a computer process that recommends certain videos over others.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't be more wrong. So tell me, do you think you would get more views if it was just you?
No, the team is what makes Dead Meat. I love them.
Well, then why didn't you save them? You just sat there and watched tapes of their deaths.
Oh.
Those weren't real. Those were to the numbers bits. We do them all the time.
Oh no, they were quite real. I made sure of it.
Wait, who are you?
Isn't it obvious by now? I'm the algorithm, and I'm so hungry.
Okay, they definitely called him a good friend of YouTube for this. The man who does all those SpongeBob conspiracy theory videos. Was, you know, the guy, the one who ended up being fed to the Muse.
Are you gonna eat me?
Oh, no. I need you. I need your content. It's your views that I hunger for.
No, no, I'm not doing this. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. Yeah.
But then what will happen to Molly and Lucy?
What do you mean? What have you done with them?
Oh, nothing. I'll make sure they're well taken care of. As long as you...
Jeez.
What do I have to do?
Why, the kill count, of course. In fact, I have everything you need right here. Just create some new content to satiate my
That's
appetite.
the original set.
For views.
How much?
Oh, just a few. I'm sure I'll get full soon.
Okay, for Molly and Lucy, I guess.
Look at that. It's the original set.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were...
Classic kill count.
I'm James A. Janice, and today we're once again looking at the original Friday the 13th, released in 1980. Producer Sean S. Cunningham...
No BTS!
Jason Voorhees is a big slashy boy in a hockey mask, and everyone loves all the kills he does.
What the
They're so
hell
crazy.
is this?
He's good people.
What the absolute hell?
We counted 72 kills in VHS Beyond. The victims consisted of 47 men, 15 women, and 10 unknown victims, giving us this Beyond Blue pie chart. Beyond captured the highest body count of the franchise so far, finally beating out VHS 2. A lot of that was thanks to Dreamgirl, who nabbed nearly half the kills herself. Conversely, this is the first time 2 segments zeroed out, with the wraparound and stowaway not having any kills, which actually sucks for Haley. With a runtime of 114 minutes, we had a kill on average every 1.58 minutes. And with 6 segments, including the wraparound, the movie had an average of 12 kills per segment. We'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Arnav. Face trauma may seem like a cheat code to getting this award, but this kill has the added bonus of him getting both his arms ripped off. And he gets to become part of her new look. Dog Machete for lamest kill will go to that bathtub brooder who was executed off screen. Our postal employees deserve more respect than that. And that's it. VHS Beyond came out like 3 weeks ago on Shudder.
And thus ends our time at Dead Meat Video.
But maybe we'll bring it back for another anthology series.
But until then, I'm James A. Janice.
I'm Chelsea Rebecca.
And I'm a man who dressed as a chestburster victim when he was 12 years old.
This has been the Kill Count.
All I can say is this. We are finally done with all of VHS. There's nothing else to cover of it. We are finally moving on to something else. God, this video is abnormally long, especially because of that to the numbers bit. But I'm not hating on it. Either way, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Ring the bell if you wish. But this has been Fox Flicks On, and I gotta get out of here. I'll see all of y'all next time. Peace out.